Hello, it's Gabby here for you. Before we jump onto this week's podcast, I just want to let you know about 2 ways that you can work with me. First of all, I do one-to-one coaching and I do that via Zoom, so we can jump on a Zoom call at a time to suit you. The second thing I've got for you is an online coaching course that's 12 modules that you can download straight away now. There will be a link somewhere around these podcast notes. And this is the course that I've designed, and it's got everything in it that I wish I'd have known when I finished cancer treatment and I was lost. So you can download that course now and you can start working towards making this your happiest and healthiest year ever. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hello and welcome to Confidence After Cancer. I'm Gabby Mottershead, cancer recovery coach, 18-year inflammatory breast cancer survivor and creator of the Powerfully You programme, where I support professional women and many people after cancer to rebuild their confidence, identity and direction after treatment ends. And before we begin today, if you're listening thinking, why am I still struggling when my treatment finished months or maybe even years ago, please know you are not alone. And if you'd like private support navigating this stage of recovery, you can book a confidence clarity call with me. The link is in the show notes. Because one of the hardest parts of life after cancer is that eventually other people stop seeing what you've been through. Your hair may have grown back, you may have returned to work, you may be smiling again in photos, but on the outside, you look better. But inside, you maybe feel still exhausted, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And what makes it even harder is that people often expect you to be grateful, positive, and back to normal. But many survivors find themselves thinking, why do I still feel so drained? And today I want to talk honestly about that because I believe exhaustion after cancer is not weakness. It's often the result of carrying far more than anybody realises. Because this is something I hear constantly from the women I work with privately. They may say things like, I should feel lucky, but I feel flat. I thought finishing treatment would make me happy again. I'm back at work, but I just can't cope in the way that I used to. Or they may say, I'm functioning, but I really don't feel like myself. And sometimes that exhaustion is confusing because medically, everything looks okay. Blood tests may be normal. Scans may be clear. And yet your nervous system still feels overwhelmed. Your body feels unsafe. Your brain still feels foggy. And emotionally, you may still be carrying fear. You may be carrying grief. It could be pressure, guilt, or sadness that really never had space to fight you to fully process, because many people go straight from survival mode into performance mode, back to work, back to family responsibilities, back to looking after everybody else, back to doing all the things that you used to do before your diagnosis, without ever truly fully recovering. And this is something I feel very strongly about. I think society and people around you sometimes dramatically underestimate the emotional aftermath of cancer. There is so much focus on surviving treatment, quite rightly, very little support around rebuilding life afterwards. And nobody really prepares you for the identity loss, the nervous system exhaustion. The fear of recurrence is huge for some people. And the pressure to appear positive, the emotional disconnect from your old life, and the loneliness that can come when all that support disappears. People celebrate the end of treatment, but for many survivors, quietly begin struggling then after treatment ends. That's when reality finally hits. And if you've been telling yourself, well, I should be over this by now, I need to stop dwelling on this, I really want you to hear this. recovery is not just physical, and healing does not run on other people's timelines or expectations. I remember periods after my own treatment where I felt deeply frustrated with myself. I wanted my old energy back so badly. I wanted my old confidence, my old resilience, because I, for many years, had considered myself capable and driven, and I found it really hard to accept that I simply just couldn't push through anymore. But eventually, I realised something really important. My body wasn't failing me, it was asking me to listen, to slow down, to stop treating recovery like a productivity challenge. And honestly, that shift changed everything. So if you're feeling exhausted after cancer or any illness right now, I've got a few gentle reminders of how you can care for yourself. So the first one is to stop comparing yourself. Stop comparing yourself to your pre-cancer self. You are not who you were before, and that is not failure. You have been through something life-changing. Your recovery deserves compassion, not criticism. The second thing I'd ask you to do is look at what is draining you emotionally, because sometimes the exhaustion isn't only physical, it could be overthinking, hypervigilance, people pleasing is a big one, pressure both from other people and pressure that you're putting on yourself. It could be emotional suppression, pushing those feelings down, pretending that they're not there. It could be trying to prove that you're okay when you're really not. And that constant internal tension is exhausting, my love. So, the third tip I give you is just give yourself permission to recover properly. Not enough, not just enough to function, but enough to actually heal. There's a difference. And many people after cancer never truly have been given permission to prioritize themselves without guilt. The fourth tip I'd give you is thinking about building your new life around your energy, not against it. And this is something I work through a lot with my private clients. Instead of constantly forcing yourself to operate like the old version of you, what would it look like to be building a calmer, more sustainable life now? A life with boundaries, a life with support, a life with enough rest, a life with safety for your nervous system, and a life with ultimate self respect, caring for yourself in the way that you care for other people. So here's the question I'd like you to reflect on today. Where are you still expecting yourself to perform instead of heal? I'll ask you that question again and just think about what comes up for you. If you sit with this question and ask yourself, where are you still expecting yourself to perform instead of heal? Just sit with that for a moment, because awareness is often where recovery truly begins. And if this episode resonated deeply with you and you're tired of trying to figure all of this out on your own, I'd love to support you. You can book a confidence clarity call with me where we'll talk about where you are right now, what's feeling difficult, and what rebuilding confidence and your energy could look like for you moving forward. The link is in the show notes and you can book that today. So thank you, as always. Thank you for being here with me today. And if no one has told you this recently, you don't have to earn rest. You don't have to prove that you're struggling enough to deserve support. And you are not behind, you are healing. So remember, take from this what you need. From this episode, just take what you need and leave the rest. Take very gentle care of yourself. Stay safe and stay sane. And I will speak to you very soon. Thanks for listening.